Hey Siri, play something relaxing. She plays something relaxing. I'm starving. What's nearby? Google Maps knows you mean food. Oh great, another Monday. ChatGPT knows you're not actually pleased. We talk to AI constantly now, and it mostly just gets it. The words, the context, sometimes even the tone. But think about how hard that actually is. Language is ambiguous, messy, layered with meaning that has nothing to do with the literal words used. So how does a machine, which started as a glorified calculator, learn to understand any of that? Here's the fundamental problem. Words don't have fixed meanings. They have context-dependent meanings. I went to the bank. Are you depositing money or watching the sunset over a river? That's sick. Is something wrong, or is it actually impressive? Can you pass the salt? Is that a question about physical capability or a polite request at dinner? You figured out all three of those in under a second without thinking. That's because your brain isn't just reading words. It's reading the entire situation. The history of the conversation, the social context, the tone, the common sense understanding of how the world works. For decades, computers had none of that. They processed words one at a time, in isolation. They had no memory of what came before and no sense of what might come next. Every sentence was a fresh start. That's why early voice assistants were so frustrating. They could hear the words. They just couldn't understand the meaning. The breakthrough came when researchers stopped treating words as labels and started treating them as coordinates in space. Here's the idea. Instead of storing a word as just a string of letters, you store it as a point in a mathematical space with hundreds of dimensions. Words that appear in similar contexts end up in similar locations. Words that mean opposite things end up far apart. This is called a word embedding, and it's one of the most elegant ideas in all of AI. The famous example, if you take the vector for king, subtract man, and add woman, you get a point in space that lands almost exactly on queen. The model has learned the concept of royalty and gender purely from reading text, without anyone defining those concepts explicitly. Suddenly words had relationships, context had a shape, and meaning had a location. But word embeddings alone weren't enough. They gave each word one fixed location, one meaning. Bank would be stuck somewhere between its river meaning and its financial meaning, confused forever. What was needed was a way to let context change the meaning of a word on the fly, to look at the whole sentence, or even the whole conversation, and decide, in this context, bank means what? That's exactly what the transformer architecture solved when it arrived in 2017, and it changed everything. The key idea is something called attention. When the model processes a word, it doesn't just look at that word in isolation. It looks at every other word in the sentence simultaneously and asks, which other words are most relevant to understanding this one? In the sentence, the trophy didn't fit in the suitcase because it was too big. What does it refer to? The trophy or the suitcase? Attention lets the model weigh all the other words and figure out that it most likely refers to the trophy. That's context-aware understanding. Now put this all together. Word embeddings, transformer architecture, attention mechanisms. And you start to understand how something like a voice assistant actually works under the hood. First, your voice is converted to text. That's speech recognition, a separate but related AI system that's been quietly getting very good for 20 years. Then, that text is fed into a language model. The model uses attention to understand the relationships between your words, pulling in context from everything said earlier in the conversation. Then it generates a response, one word at a time, using everything it learned during training about how language works, what you probably mean, and what a helpful reply would look like. The whole thing happens in under a second. And yet, there are things it still handles badly. Sarcasm remains genuinely difficult. Oh great, another Monday is easy enough, but yeah, that went really well. After describing a catastrophic meeting is harder. The model doesn't have the shared experience you and I have. It's working from patterns, not lived understanding. Cultural nuance is another edge case. Phrases that are perfectly normal in one culture can mean something completely different in another. The model has absorbed text from across the internet, but not evenly. Some cultures, some languages, some contexts are far better represented than others. And crucially, the model doesn't actually know anything. It has learned statistical patterns about how language works. When it says something confidently, it's saying, "This is what language that sounds like an answer looks like," not, "I know this to be true." That distinction is easy to forget when it sounds so fluent. So what does this mean for how you use these tools every day? It means you can talk to AI the way you talk to a person, naturally, conversationally, without needing to use special keywords or perfect grammar. The more context you give it, the better it performs. A vague question gets a vague answer. A specific, well-framed question gets a remarkable one. It also means you should pay attention to where it struggles. Anything requiring genuine cultural understanding, genuine lived experience, or genuine knowledge of a very specific recent event is likely to trip it up. It's not being lazy. It's working from patterns, and sometimes the right pattern simply isn't there. Think of it as an extraordinarily well-read assistant who has never had a conversation before. The knowledge is vast, the experience of actually living in the world, still catching up. Word embeddings that give meaning a location. Attention that reads the whole room before answering. Transformers that changed everything in 2017. That's how AI understands language. Not by thinking, by learning the shape of human communication at a scale no human could ever read. Next time, we're going to zoom out and ask a bigger question. How does AI actually learn anything at all? We've talked about training, we've mentioned parameters, but what is actually happening inside a model when it learns? That one gets into some genuinely mind-bending territory. If you like this video, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next one, and see you soon.